Hello, we're in beautiful Dahlonega, Georgia on this wonderful fall afternoon. We're here with Rust Magazine, taking in the beauty of the Appalachian foothills. Gold mining town, spectacular, public square. I'm Billy Groh from Wondernaut. We're here to talk about Paradigms in the Design, the new split album that we released with the band Less Love. We couldn't be more proud about our album and all of the people that worked on it that made it what it is. Doug Rehill played drums on all of the Wondernaut songs, one of the best drummers I've ever heard, phenomenal, great guy. The wonderful thing about Doug is that he can come into the studio having never heard a song that I want him to record, take 20 or 30 minutes, run through it, and he'll nail it. He just lays down drum tracks like it's no problem at all. He is the son of a heavy metal bass player who was in a band in the 80s called Power Lord. He was just birthed in the womb of metal. He's a phenomenal drummer. I couldn't say better things about him. Sweetest guy you'll ever meet, too.
Really want to make sure and mention Chris Snyder that played violin, bass, mandolin, and any other lins, every other lin you could think of on the album.
Really the master of the four strings.
He was, yeah, Johnny X string. He kind of an unsung hero. Everything he did kind of rounded it out. Got lost in the mix to some degree, but it's there. That one interviewer said that we used electric strings on If You, and that's actually Chris playing the violin. So great guy, great to work with, extremely accommodating in all facets of life, and just appreciate everything he does.
Sean Angeli, very good friend of mine, known him half my life, helped a lot with a lot of the songs. He wrote the music for the song No One But Me, given lots of advice over the years. He's been in and out of Wondernaut just for various reasons. Great guy, true friend, always there to have my back in the best times and the worst.
So on the album Paradigms in the Design, which again is a joint effort between the bands Wondernaut and Less Love, there's 10 people playing on it, and each of them is a very important role that they play. Came into the studio, brought their own thing. In addition to the players, Dustin Drew mixed and produced some songs on the album and everything. It was really a group effort, and that's the key thing that comes through on the album. Is it's not one person controlling a project. It's 10 people letting their voices be heard through the project, and I'm really proud of it. And I'm proud of everybody that worked on it. Did a great job.
We had so much input from everyone too, and just in a group effort in the sense of not just people coming into the studio, but I have a friend and bass player who lives in Virginia, and I sent him tracks, Wondernaut tracks that he listened to and he put his own bass lines to, and then he would give me feedback about the songs, what he thought it needed, changes, suggestions. And then he would send me back his tracks, and I'd put them into the mix, and they were great. Jason Arctica is his name. He's a fantastic guy.
Yeah, I think is that his name that he's going by?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jason Arctica.
Okay. Yeah, he did a great job. Brooke Reynolds is a phenomenal singer. She's the singer, one of the singers for Less Love. Less Love has 5 singers in the band, and she is she's a drama major at the University of Oklahoma, and so she's not available very often because she's so good at what she does. She's often out of town performing, and so I think we had like 1 week in December that she was available to us to come in and get all of her, and she nailed it. I mean, the songs sound phenomenal. She did a great job, and definitely want to shout out to her and tell her thank you for everything that she did.
She actually set the house next door to the studio on fire, but we can't prove it.
It's definitely a theory.
Paradigms Design was really kind of an amazing effort in the sense that it wasn't planned. It just kind of happened accidentally. We were working in Lac Pro Studios kind of at the same time on our different projects. Not really sure about which direction we were going to go, but we were just working towards something, and then it presented itself that when we listened to these songs together, we knew that they went together, and it kind of honed itself and became something that all of us were focused on, that we could all work toward. And
we were kind of skeptical at first that we weren't sure that it would go together well. And when we first heard it together, I mean, just immediately we were very proud of the way that it sounded. It turned out great.
I myself was really struggling with focus and ended up playing a lot on some of the Less Love songs drums on a couple songs, some guitar parts, some backing vocals, some lead vocals. Not even in just Lac Pro Studios. We went to Dustin Drew's studio, one song in Trent Bell's studio. We recorded a song on Route 66 on the highway at a truck stop.
Dustin Drew was previously in a band, both with Billy, Doug Rehill that plays drums on the album, and Sean Angeli that played bass on one song on the album. Dustin was the guitar player in that band, and I guess singer also. That band was called Photon Bomb, and we had told Dustin that we wanted Les Love and Wondernaut were going to do an album together, and he thought it was a great idea, and he said that he wanted to get involved. So he mixed 7 songs on the album and produced 2 songs on the album, and was a really key part of the entire process. He's a great guy that's got a lot of ideas. His role became very important in the mixing process because, like Billy mentioned, we recorded in several different locations. I want to say that there were 6 studios involved total. And so when we went to master the album, there was problems therein, but every time we ran into a problem, Dustin had a solution, and in the end, it sounds great. So thanks a lot to Dustin for everything he did.
Rebecca Hawk might be the most talented player on the entire album. She can sight read music. She plays the keyboard, piano. She plays the flute. Really humble but fantastic, great singer. You could walk. We gave her really vague ideas about certain songs. We felt like a song needed something. We'd say, it just needs, I don't know, just maybe some kind of piano part, something, and she just immediately would just step up to an instrument and just hash something out. It was some of the best we've ever heard. Was able just to bring a lot of just like composition to things that maybe we were struggling with at the time.
Rebecca's awesome, and she's also very librarian-like, very timid. So getting her to sing the Misfits song about cutting off little girls' heads was kind of an internal joke, or it made us smile. Yeah,
that was a fun day in the studio. Speaking of recording in the studio, Rebecca and Brooke are 2 of just the funniest people to put together.
Yeah, you don't want to put them together.
You put them together, and it's some of the dirtiest locker room talk you've ever heard from just these short, little, cute girls. And Sky and I were blushing. We were a little embarrassed.
And Morris Amos III played mandolin on the song Bullet, and Morris and I have known each other since I was 16, and he's one of my dearest friends. One of the great / horrible things about Morris is that he absolutely refuses to practice, and we gave him the song for him to do a mandolin part, gave it to him 3 months in advance, asked him to do it, checked with him a month in advance and said, okay, we're going to be doing this in a month, checked with him a week in advance. He walked into the studio and said he hadn't listened to it yet. So what you're hearing on the album is actually him writing the part as we're recording it, and I think he did a great job. I'm very happy with it, but I also do wish he would practice for some reason. Maybe he doesn't need to. Maybe that's just me being picky, but definitely appreciate everything Morris does.
Working with so many people in the studio is kind of like trying to herd cats, and somehow we did it, and it came out as a wonderful product. I'm more proud of this music than I ever have been. I can't say that I truly write music for myself. I really want it to bring something good into other people's lives. So all of the fans, anyone who has ever bought and listened to it, if it makes you happy, then I'm doing my job right.
So ultimately, big thank you to everybody involved. The album is fantastic, and it's because of you. It's not because of us, and we just appreciate everything that everybody put into this album. So again, thank you.